Hi, today I'm going to explain a crime thriller movie called Shootout at Wadala. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The film begins in January 1980 inside a police van. ACP Afagran listens attentively as a heavily wounded gangster, Manya Serve, narrates his story. Manya's body is riddled with bullets, a stark reminder of the life he's led. He begins to recount how he ended up in this condition. The story flashes back to 1970, when Manya Serve, a young man with a bright future, was a student at Kirti College in Dadar. Manya was known for being a top student, disciplined and well-behaved, the kind of person no one would ever suspect to become a criminal. Despite being in love with Vidya, a fellow student, he refused to compromise his academic integrity. When Vidya asked for help during exams, Manya gently refused, explaining that their love wouldn't stand in the way of his ambitions. Soon after, Manya introduces Vidya to his mother, hoping to discuss marriage. But the moment is interrupted by his older brother Bhargav, who is involved in the underworld. Bhargav has crossed paths with the notorious Don, Nitesh Damni, and his life takes a dangerous turn. One evening, Bhargav is attacked by goons sent by Bhaskar, a local criminal working for Damni. Manya steps in to defend his brother, but the confrontation turns deadly. Bhargav stabs one of the attackers, killing him. The incident occurs just before Manya receives the results of his exams. On the day he's met to celebrate his success, Manya and Bhargav are arrested by Inspector Ambolkar and sent to Yerawada prison. Inside the prison, life only becomes more brutal for Manya. He witnesses the death of his brother Bhargav, who is murdered by a rival gang member during a lunchtime brawl. Grieving and lost, Manya befriends two convicts, Munir, who saves him from further attacks, and Veera, who helps Manya toughen up. Veera teaches Manya how to fight, preparing him for the harsh realities of prison life. Manya grows stronger, both mentally and physically. Manya's transformation is put to the test when Podia, the same thug who killed his brother, challenges him. In a vicious fight, Manya eventually gains the upper hand, killing Podia in a deadly confrontation. By 1978, the criminal landscape of Mumbai is dominated by the Mastan gang. Their reign is marked by unchecked brutality, including assaults and looting, while the police remain powerless. ACP Afak Bagran struggles with the limitations of the law, unable to take action against the gang due to a lack of evidence and witness cooperation. The fear instilled by the Mastan gang silences anyone who might come forward to testify. Meanwhile, Manya Serve, along with Munir, has managed to escape from prison during a railway work detail. Once free, Manya sets his sights on reclaiming his place in the world. He knows that to survive in Mumbai's criminal underworld, he must either join or challenge the ruling factions. With Munir by his side, Manya seeks an alliance with the two brothers who control much of the city's dealings, Zubair and Dilawar Haksar. Zubair, the elder brother, is a calculated and respected figure in the underworld. He's intrigued by Manya's ambition and raw potential. However, the younger brother, Dilawar, is far less impressed. Dilawar distrusts Manya from the beginning, refusing to allow him into their inner circle. This decision crushes any hope of an alliance, pushing Manya to take matters into his own hands. Determined to rise on his own terms, Manya forms his own gang. His loyal companions include Munir, Veera, and Jancho, a skilled sharpshooter recruited by Munir. The group starts with small-time robberies, but quickly escalates their operations. They begin eliminating rival goons, and gradually take control of various neighborhoods. Manya's gang focuses on collecting weekly protection money from businesses, a significant source of income in Mumbai's bustling districts. Manya's thirst for power eventually leads him to confront Bhaskar, the same man responsible for attacking his brother years earlier. During their confrontation, Bhaskar reveals shocking details. He had orchestrated the entire plot against Manya and Bhargav, getting them both arrested and ensuring Bhargav's death in prison. Enraged, Manya kills Bhaskar, exacting his long-awaited revenge. As Manya continues his criminal ascent, he reconnects with Vidya. The love between them rekindles, and Vidya reveals that Manya had scored an impressive 78% on his exams, a bittersweet reminder of the life he once had. However, Manya's new life of violence and power stands in stark contrast to the academic future he was once destined for. Mania's growing influence catches the attention of ACP Afaq Bagran, who becomes increasingly concerned about the implications of Mania's rise for both the police force and the city of Mumbai. As Mania's gang eliminates rivals and expands their territory, the streets of Mumbai are engulfed in chaos. Afaq knows that if Mania isn't stopped, the balance of power will shift dramatically. The tension escalates when Yasin and Batla, two high-ranking members of the Mastan gang, are released on bail. In a brutal act of vengeance, they murder Sadiq, a local newspaper editor who played a pivotal role in their arrest. The Haksar brothers, Zubair and Dilawar, who regarded Siddiqui as a father figure, are devastated and enraged. They launch a bloody retaliation, successfully hunting down and killing Yasin and Batla in a fierce confrontation. In a surprising twist, this violent exchange prompts a peace meeting between the Haksars and the Mastan gang. Haji Maqsood, a respected cleric, mediates the discussions, hoping to restore order to the crime-ridden streets. A temporary peace deal is struck, but the fragile truce shatters when the Mastans send an assassin to kill Zubair. Mania, seeking revenge for Siddiq's death and wanting to prove his loyalty to the Haksars, accepts the commission and kills Zubair, forever altering the power dynamics of the underworld. Dilawar, consumed by rage and betrayal, turns against Mania. In a brutal retaliation, he captures Munir, intending to execute him. However, Mania arrives just in time to save his friend, showcasing the loyalty and bond they've forged amidst the chaos. This act of heroism does little to quell the animosity between Mania and Dilawar, and their rivalry intensifies. Recognizing the threat Mania poses, Dilawar approaches ACP Afaq, attempting to strike a deal to eliminate Mania. Afaq, caught between his duty and the realities of the underworld, refuses to play into Dilawar's hands. However, his superiors pressure him to choose a side, either protect the innocent Dilawar or take down the notorious Mania serve. As the stakes rise, Afaq faces an agonizing decision. He ultimately decides to go after Mania, seeing him as the greater threat to law and order in Mumbai. Afaq prepares to set a trap for Mania, knowing that this confrontation could change everything. The tension culminates when Mania decides to visit Vidya in Wadala, seeking a moment of solace amidst the chaos that surrounds him. Unbeknownst to him, Afaq has meticulously planned a trap, aiming to confront and eliminate the notorious gangster once and for all. As Mania approaches the meeting point, he feels an unease, sensing that danger lurks in the shadows. In a chilling ambush, Afaq and his team surround Mania. In the ensuing chaos, a fierce gunfight breaks out. Mania, caught off guard, fights back valiantly, but is ultimately outnumbered. Despite his efforts to escape, he is brutally shot by Afaq, who believes he is acting for the greater good of Mumbai. As Mania lies bleeding on the ground, he reflects on his life and choices, narrating his final thoughts to Afaq. In his last moments, he grapples with the reality of how far he has fallen from the bright student he once was, now reduced to a notorious criminal. His dreams, ambitions, and love for Vidya flash before him in a haunting montage. Mania's narration becomes a poignant farewell, as he implores Afaq to understand the harsh realities that shaped him into the man he became. With a heavy heart, he succumbs to his injuries, dying before he can reach the hospital. The scene is both tragic and powerful, highlighting the cost of a life immersed in crime. Afaq, witnessing Mania's demise, is left with a sense of emptiness. The weight of his choices bears down on him as he reflects on the cycle of violence that plagues Mumbai. The city remains in turmoil, with new power struggles already brewing among the gangs. The film concludes with a shot of the bustling streets of Mumbai, a city where hope and despair coexist. Mania's story serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of ambition, love, and betrayal in a world ruled by crime. As the credits roll, viewers are left to ponder the fine line between heroism and villainy, and the tragic fate that awaits those who stray too far from their paths. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to hello the channel out.